Hey everybody, Jordan here. Welcome back to another LEGO City update. Recently, the wife and I changed the entire downtown core, moving the amusement park, all the modular buildings, and also the Ninjago platform. And it was sort of a pretty clean looking rough draft, to tell you the truth. But now we are going to start working on some of the details, and we're going to start giving the amusement park here a polished look as well. We're going to be working on the LEGO City over the next week or 10 days or so, and we're going to log all the different changes in which we make to the city. Actually, Jose already started. The first thing that she did was she increased the size or the height of this wall right here, which is the entrance to our Diagon Alley. She said, hey, I don't think this wall is tall enough. I want to increase the size of it. And I was like, by all means, it looks terrific. Good job, Jose. And there is another spot on the other side. Right over here is actually the exit of Diagon Alley, but rather than having an exit, we decided that we're just going to block it off. So there's a beautiful wall right here as well. And now we also have to decide what we're going to be putting right there. We're thinking maybe a bus station of some sort. We don't know yet. We'll figure it out throughout this LEGO City update. Actually going to start by working here in the amusement park. I need to free up two 48 by 48 gray base plates to fill in this area right here. And then we need to fill in these base plates here, start working on this train track. But the first thing we got to do is actually transfer all of this go-kart track off this plate and that plate to finish our circuit here and to fix our circuit over there. As when we made the big changes, the go-kart track shifted by 16 studs. So all of this area was affected and has to be shifted. So the first thing we're going to do is do that to free up these gray base plates here, get our go-kart track looking, back up to snuff and operational essentially, and sort of continue working on some details from there, having to do with train track, surrounding details, and much more. But this is definitely where we need to start here in the amusement park. After a day's work, I've managed to get the go-kart track back up and running here. Moved a lot of these little gray 1x2 tiles. Holy smokes. After that, I started working on the train track. You can see all the base plates are now laid and the train track is clipped onto those base plates. Also, I've been working on fencing. You can see all the excess pieces right here. And that's my next big project. So we're fencing off all of the train track so that guests stay off the tracks essentially. And that's going to be going around the whole Disney train line throughout the interior of the park, and we're actually going to make it double-sided and put our graffiti on it just like that there. This is going to be the city fence line that runs along here. We'll turn in and go over here, and then we'll have the Disney fence going in there, so it's all sort of fenced off from the general public. Oh yeah, and I also worked on this here, which is the railroad crossing. Still got to create the guardrails so that when it's clear for people to cross the train track, those guardrails will go up. People will come into the Disney park entrance, and then when it's unsafe, those guardrails will go down. Still got to create that. And while I was working on all of that, Jose's been busy as well. She created this little platform right here, which will host this castle. She was smart. She made it modular, so if we ever have to move it again, it's easy to move. I didn't do that last time, so she's doing that now. And this is just like a little kids play area, somewhere where maybe guests can take photos or something like that. And now we're working on, well, she's working on converting all of these fountains here. We've got that fountain and also this fountain over here onto plates as well, so that if we ever have to move them again, they're modular. And this is going to be all gray base plate here, and we're going to make that look cool with two different fountains. And she's also working on some planters as well. Well, actually refining the old planters and once again making them modular, so if we ever decide to move them, it's much easier to move. They're not actually stationary on a base plate. She's making some pretty cool trees though. Here's the ones that I made, and here's the ones that Jose's making. She's adding some flowers and some bigger limb elements, so it's coming along nicely here tonight. We're just sort of jamming, working on the LEGO City, the end of day one, and we're going to go all week and see what we can get done. I guess when I said we were done, I was just kidding. It's almost 1 in the morning. Now we're done. For the night, that is. This LEGO City update continues, though. Jose's continuing to work on her little platform here, and last night I finished all of the fence lines here, both in the Lego City and also in the amusement park. I actually ran out of the dark bluish gray plates, so I started using some of these rock panels, which I actually think work really good for creating fences, sort of an artificial style, and I've done that all along here as well. Now I am considering redoing our modular layout, and I'm actually going to do that right now. I've just got an idea on how to place the Spring Lantern Festival in the city, which is right here. Sort of place it amongst the other modulars, and also by doing so we are going to open up a bunch of other base plates for future modular buildings as well, whether they be custom or rebrickable models or whatever. And Jose's added some leaf elements to the wall, in which will be going on the other side of Diagon Alley. Let's get down to moving some modulars. So essentially all of the modular buildings have now moved again, and you know what? It's going to happen again in this video. But I still want to show you what changes we've done since the last time we had a look at the city. So I actually took the back row of modulars right there with Assembly Square and moved it back one row, and then everything sort of followed. And that opened up two 32 by 32 base plates on the end of the row right here with the town hall and the fire brigade. And then right here I moved the bookshop. And you'll see there's an open space right there beside the custom Sanctum Sanctorum. I need to get rid of that tree. We'll do that as well. But you'll notice that there's actually a large plot right here that has officially been moved, and that is the Spring Lantern Festival. And I actually took 3 different members' ideas of putting it beside the Parisian restaurant. I think it looks really good there. And now we have a huge plot of land open right there. So you can see we've inserted the wall there just in behind the Spring Lantern Festival, and now we have approximately 3 base plates open for the taking. And you know what? I'm going to do one other big change here as well in the near future. I'm actually going to move the Ghostbusters HQ forward and put it where the Octan gas station is, right there. And then I'm going to take an Assembly Square and build the Jazz Club alt build, which is an inverted corner. And we're going to put it where the Assembly Square currently is. So it'll be an inverted corner right here. And then I'll put the Assembly Square where the Ghostbusters HQ is. So it'll fill that corner in nicely. After building the fence lines here in the Lego City, I thought to myself, why didn't I work in the custom panels that were sent to me by Judy and also Moonman? Judy's will look fantastic in the amusement park, and then Moonman's will look great here in the Lego City. So we're going to integrate those into the fence, and also we're going to start shifting the modular buildings again. Also, Jose's continuing to work here in the amusement park, and I'm excited to show you the final product of this Lego City update coming right up. So I just feel like we've accomplished so much here in the Lego City over the course of approximately the last week. The modular core has been changed again, and I've actually moved the town hall and also the fire brigade to the end of the street there. I think it looks really good, gives them a nice presence rather than having them right here where we now have the detective's office and also the pub. Still lots of modular changes and additions in which we want to make to the city, but I think this is probably the best layout that we've ever had just because it has such nice layers. We've got 2 blocks up front here, the stretch of 4 buildings along the back there, and then at the very back, starting with the Assembly Square, we've got multiple buildings back there, and it slowly transitions into the mini modulars just around the corner from those there. Looks fantastic, and actually Jose has a really good idea that she's cooking up here for us, and we're actually going to be changing all of these tree planters here. So that's rather exciting. Also, I think we've come up with a brand new plan, and we're going to be moving the Ninjago City platform completely out of this downtown core. More on that in a future Lego City update once we come up with some more concrete plans. The fence line's looking pretty good here. Lots more space to create some more graffiti style artwork. And we've got lots of Dots products here to do it. We added Moonman's Urban Garden here, just across from the costume shop. We put Brick Monkeys right here. And then we have Judy's Disney themed ones here along with the ducks and like the bouncing ball right here in the amusement park. And the amusement park is coming along nicely. Definitely looks a lot better than it did at the beginning of this review. So we've got our train crossing here. You can see the Disney train currently blocking the entrance. We've got our queues there and our Bricksie Land entrance. And you come in there and there's a fountain with the nice checker tiling there. And Hot Shot, the game right there with the go-kart track in behind it. That goes all around the roller coaster. Got our platform there for the mixer. And we're going to improve that eventually here. And we also have to add a staircase and a little platform that allows guests to go over top of the go-kart track and into the area in front of the roller coaster. Jose's built this beautiful little pad here, which allows guests to get in line for the UFO carousel. Then also the larger creator expert carousel right here with all the different animals. Maybe we should have some fun, see if this works. Oh, it's going pretty fast. Might have to hook that up to an IR remote so we can adjust the speed of it. I'm sure there's actually a way that you can do that with some additional parts and pieces. I actually have my Ferris wheel, which is right over here, on an IR remote so we can adjust the speed of it as well. We got the Disney Castle here on the platform, another fountain in front of these beautiful planters that Jose made. A couple more planters here. None of this stuff is permanently fixed and it's modular style so we can actually move it around. And we actually altered this castle right here. It had like some toilets in the back, so we decided to make it a little more permanent in a little kiddie area. We're probably going to position our Disney train station here and maybe our platform 9 3/4 here. I also have to work on creating a switch track so that we can park the Hogwarts Express train here as the Disney train goes around the track, vice versa. Then we've got our probably wizard themed restaurant that's going to go here with the big fire pit or whatever, fireplace, whatever you want to call it. And then the haunted house right there. So I think it's coming along great. Finally pretty satisfied with this layout here. I love the look of the amusement park. Obviously, we're going to work really hard on filling this area with more plants, minifigures, activities, games, you name it. We're going to put some stuff in there. Next up, we're going to be probably putting the vehicles in the Lego City, also traffic lights, minifigures, and a lot more detail, modular buildings. And we also have some large changes coming up here once again, in particular to the train yard and also probably the Ninjago area. So stay tuned for that. Let me know what you think of this Lego City overview. I absolutely love the modular building core and the amusement park. It's coming along great. Thanks a lot for stopping by and have yourselves a fantastic day.